Jungle Captive on Blu-ray. This is day 27 of 31 in my 31 Days of Horror. This thing is from 1945 and is 63 minutes long. Here you go. And it is from a new 2K film scan, and I thought it looked pretty good. Now, I guess I just totally didn't realize, but this is the third movie in like the Jungle Captive, Jungle Woman series. I guess there's this trilogy of this like ape lady. Who would have thought that they would have made a trilogy out of that? You know, it just kind of hit me looking at this kid's hair and her hair. I think, do people in the 40s just spend so much time on their hair? I mean, look at that. I don't know. I don't know if he just has naturally wavy hair or what, but I feel like 40s people, at least as represented by these movies, spend a lot of time on their hair. And it pays off. Okay, so guess who's not dead in this movie? Actually, she's totally dead. But guess who gets reanimated again? You're gonna see the Ape Woman again. So in the first movie, she gets shot and dies. And then the second movie, the guy like acquired her body and brought her back to life because she wasn't really dead, so he kind of nursed her back to health. And then they needle her to death with some massive overdose of a tranquilizer. And now in this movie, they're going to bring her back to life through the power of electricity into her heart and a blood transfusion. Now, I will say this about this movie. When in the last movie, when they had the ape lady in the drawer, like the morgue drawer, I was just like, her body's sitting there intact. You could totally have a sequel to this. Like someone could totally raise her from the dead again. And I had no idea that the next movie was going to do that. Because the back of the case, like if you look at it, so it has like, you can pause it on this here, like it has the description. It makes it sound like the first two are sequels together, but not the last one. So it was kind of a tricksy little surprise there. Also, it's fun to see this guy again. Boop. Playing a little bit of a smarter role this time. Not and then he was kind of the brute in the House of Horrors, I think is what it was called. And he looks just like the guy from Rocketeer. Anyway, it's kind of cool to see him in another movie. Rondo, I believe his name is. I think it is Rondo. Watch out, morgue worker! I wonder if deaths by strangulation have increased from all the strangulation deaths in all of these Universal horror movies. Probably not. I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, there's just so many strangulation deaths in these movies. It's kind of insane. I did not realize how cool this part was going to be, and how jarring it was going to be. So, the same guy apparently is going to drive this car off the cliff, but then kind of step out of the vehicle. But they want it to be like that big face guy, and it's totally not him. Look at this. Look at this awesome thing. Yes. I love the miniature cars they do in these movies, and when they just explode like that, like they're pretty good with miniatures in here. Here's a question: what's some good super old movies like this old with good miniature work, specifically like miniature destruction work? I'd like to see more of that. You know, one thing I appreciate in this movie is that this body seems to have rigor mortis set in. Check this out. I think that's respectable. Now the main young couple in this movie is just so cute, I can't stand it. Actually, they were so cute to the point where I was like, you know what? I might be okay if they didn't end up together. These guys are kind of annoying. So they've got some police following the cute little lab guy because he's implicated in the murder. So they got a guy tailing him on foot, and then they're gonna drive off in their vehicle. Sorry. Look at this guy in the back. Once the vehicle starts going, I don't think he was expecting how fast they were going to accelerate. Watch his neck. See if we can catch it on camera here. I'm gonna do slow motion. Okay. So I paused it right as they started going. So his back slides back and hits the back of the seat, right? So you can see right there, he's kind of hit the back of the seat. His head is upright. Now I'm gonna have it go forward very slowly. Here we go. Watch his head. It's upright, upright, and then doosh. Look how far back that is. You can see his chin sticking straight up. That is pure cinema gold right there. The guy in the back was not ready for that. They're doing the blood transfusion from the girl to the ape girl and bring her back to life. And what better to bring someone back to life, particularly a monster, than a science montage? And this movie just had a great one. Look at all these instruments.
My heart's beginning to feel the strain.
Doing some really hard science. All right, so the moment we've been waiting for, to see Paula the ape woman brought back to be a human woman, because, yeah, so we're excited to see her. Here we go. They're going to take off her Iron Giant mask. And this is Paula the ape woman. Look at her. Wait a minute. That's a different actress. I wonder why the other actress didn't come back. I always want to say Aquafina, but that's not it. Aquanetta. I wonder why she didn't come back. I wonder if it's the same reason like Boris Karloff stopped playing the Frankenstein monster. He's just like, no, this is ridiculous. I wonder if that lady's just like, I'm not coming back from the dead again. Because like she's been killed in the first movie, killed in the second movie, and here she is again. And you know these monsters can't survive through the end of the movie. Even if the next movie's bringing them back, you know they're not going to survive. So there's going to be a third death for this character here. Boop. But yeah, she looks quite a bit different than Aquafina. So by far my favorite shot in this movie is the big brute guy is coming to find the doctor so he can tell him that the ape girl escaped. But look at this shot. It is so beautiful. I'm trying to get where you can see the whole thing. Right there. Yes, from inside the ape cage or the little monkey cage. That is a really good looking creative shot.
We thought you were such a great man.
Look at this. He's disillusioned.
I regret that I must destroy that illusion.
I know. What do a couple of lives mean when it might impede scientific progress? Is that it, Stendhal?
I see that I've taught you well. Malik, see if you...
The ape woman?
Yes. I brought her back to life, Don.
This
Now I'm
dialogue.
going beyond that, beyond what Dr. Walters and Dr. Fletcher accomplished with her. Her brain was destroyed. I'm going to give her a new brain.
You mean Anne?
Yes.
It's just the kind of dialogue that's just perfect to these movies. But you talked about Dr. Fletcher from the last movie, and that guy got murdered. So the first doctor from the first movie died. Second doctor from the second movie has now died in this movie. So these doctors are, one, mad scientists seem to be like a dime a dozen, and two, they seem to die like flies, like they're dropping like flies. What is this guy's dog's name?
Get back, Satan.
Do you hear that? So she's wandered off into the trees.
I've accomplished.
I think they're trying to get their money's worth out of that lady. But you have the young, super in love, cheesy fiance has chased down this guy because he saw his pin on his shirt that this guy took off of his fiance and is wearing it. So when he went to go visit him with that really cool monkey cage shot, the kid decided to just follow him all the way out here instead of calling the police. So the police finally make it out here, but only after doing like intense detective work, and he finds like a receipt, and then he's like, all right, cops, let's go. And then they happen to make it out and just in the nick of time. But it's like the kid probably could have called the cops. Oh, there she goes. It's about to do some illicit, not allowed brain surgery. Watch how gently she grabs. It's like you could probably grab a little harder to make it look convincing. Yeah, that doctor's dead. And then, totally out of character, the ape woman decides to just randomly strangle some other lady. And. Oh, she gets shot. But it's okay. It's okay. She's been shot before. She'll be alright. I was like, this house has to burn down. It's like the law of nature with the Universal horror movies. I'm like, it's got to burn down so that we can erase this character and be done with her. But nope, she just got shot again. She will definitely come back from that. So these guys just got married, and this cop pulls them over.
Yes, sir?
Gives him this little letter out of his hat. It's like a ticket, really.
What's this for?
I'm going to pause it so you can look at it. Here we go. So you can look at it. Oh no, it's got to scroll down a little bit. There we go. So it's Niagara Falls for a honeymoon, all expenses paid. So this is by the detective that's been working like the whole movie. He's been visiting them, trying to figure it out. Like he's been like honestly doing a pretty good detective job, and he's paying for their honeymoon. Like, these cops don't make a lot of money, and so that's actually pretty touching that he's doing that. So this movie has, like I mentioned earlier, people being disillusioned with essentially their heroes or mentors. It's got the mad science. It's got doing things you should not do with science, and people getting punished because of it. And then it has another young couple getting together. So I would say out of these 3 Ape Woman movies, because apparently there's 3 of them, I'd say I like the second one the best. So you've got Captive, what was it? Captive Wild Woman, Jungle Woman, and now this one, Jungle Captive. I think Jungle Woman's the better out of those 3, when just like was not expecting that to be a trilogy. Well, I had a good time watching this, even though it was super cheesy, and I definitely wasn't rooting as hard for the couple, but it was a good time. Yeah, like I said, not my favorite, but I liked it. This has been day 27 of 31 in my 31 days of horror. So if you like this kind of review, then stick with me. Please push a thumb up or a thumb down and type words. Apparently that's really good for these things. So thanks for sticking with me, and let me know what you think of this. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.